I'm Gwen Preston of Resource Maven. I'm joined today by Keith Henderson of Velocity Minerals. It's been a very interesting week for Keith because of what happened with another company. Atlantic Gold operates the Moose River Consolidated Gold Mine in Nova Scotia, and they got taken out this week by an Australian company in about an $800 million deal. The Australian company wants that mine. So super exciting for myself. I own Atlantic and have in the portfolio for many years. So it was a great return for a lot of investors in that company. The reason that it's been interesting for Keith and the team at Velocity is that not very long ago, Atlantic invested $9 million into Velocity because they see in your Bulgarian suite of projects sort of Moose River at an earlier stage, when they started turning it into a gold mine. So first of all, why don't you take us through how the investment happened and sort of the synergies between those two projects?
Yeah, I think the view of the management team of Atlantic is that we maybe look like them about 3.5, 4 years ago. That's kind of the conversation we've had, and I would agree with that. We've got a core project in Rosno, which we've taken through to PEA. We've got a bunch of other projects that we're pulling into the portfolio, and we're ultimately going to have a number of small to medium-sized deposits that are feeding mineralized material into a central processing plant, and that central processing plant actually exists and operates today, which really reduces risk in terms of permitting and everything else.
Absolutely, and that's exactly the way Moose River is set up. There's a central processing plant, and there's several small to medium deposits that are feeding into that, and it's sort of a risk-mitigated situation where the geology is fairly consistent. It's not super high-risk geology, and that plant is up and operating. Yeah. So that's the parallels there. And now, in this Atlantic deal, they're taking Atlantic's ownership in Velocity and spinning that out into a new company. And to me, what's really important about that new company is that Stephen Dean and the key management team of Atlantic are going to go into that new company. So this is going to be their new vehicle, and the main thing that they're going to hold is an investment in Velocity. So that's a pretty interesting development for you guys.
When we signed the investment agreement, we did it with a subsidiary of Atlantic. Atlantic's been sold, and that subsidiary has not been sold. It's being dividended out to shareholders. It's going to be listed on the Toronto Venture Exchange, and most importantly for us, the team that just built Atlantic and have just been so successful in Nova Scotia are going to be leading the management of that subsidiary.
And what I think is there's two aspects of that I think are really important. First of all, the market is in love with this management team, and for good reason. They just generated a huge win for shareholders in a tough market, so demonstrating their value there. That means that they're going to be well capitalized, they're going to have access to lots of interesting assets, and so this SpinCo is going to be a pretty dynamic vehicle. But at the outset, the main thing that they have is an interest in you guys, and that interest in Velocity comes from that team having recognized such value in what you're doing.
Yeah, it's not easy to find good projects. I know they will go and look for good projects, but it takes time. It took them quite a while to come across us and decide they wanted to invest. It will take them a similar amount of time probably to find anything else. So in the short term, we are the main investment in that subsidiary, I think. Absolutely.
So the market's going to be really interested in all of that development, and that is already shining light on Velocity. For you guys, you're just, head down, keep on operating. So tell me, go through sort of the news flow and the activities that you're looking forward to for the rest of the year.
Yeah, well, essentially nothing changes for us on the ground. We're still, in total, if things go well and we get what we expect to find in various drilling projects, we're going to be looking at in excess of 32,000 meters of drilling through the year. At Rosno specifically, about 14,000 meters of drilling. That's kind of split between exploration, looking for upside, and infill, trying to convert inferred resources through to indicated, ready for a pre-feasibility. So there's lots of kind of trade-off studies and engineering and environmental going on in the background as well. And then we've got other projects that we're signing option agreements on. Those are going to be a big focus. Those are exploration projects, but they've got Soviet-era resources of some description in every case. So they're not green fields. They're not just fields where we wonder if maybe there's gold there. We know there's gold there, and it's a matter of kind of repeating some of that work, expanding on it, and trying to get some certainty on what kind of resources might be there, what grade, etc.
Absolutely. So it's going to be busy news flow for you with exploration, with new deposits, discoveries, whatever you want to call them, new zones being explored, advancing Rosno, which is already, the PEA already demonstrated that it makes a lot of sense, and with a whole bunch of new eyes more interested in the story than they were before.
I think that's it.
Absolutely. Well, I look forward to keeping up with it, and congrats on an exciting development.
Thanks.
Thanks. I'm Gwen Preston of Resource Maven. Thanks for watching. If you'd like more information, then please click subscribe below.